Yo, what is going on, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, a beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Monterosa, executive director of Vibes for the Day. What's going on, Julio?
Nothing much, man. Enjoying the day, man. It's getting a little hot,
Yo.
but it's at that point right now where it's beautiful. Like, not too hot, not too cold. It's just a beautiful day.
I went to the beach the other day. It was just absolutely like perfect vibes. It was incredible. I'm really excited for the summer. Right now, though, is like the best part of the year in terms of weather, because it's not, like you said, not too hot. It's just you got a little breeze going. I mean, LA, like weather-wise, it's good pretty much the whole year. But there's something special about that little like warm, the hint of warmth, extra warmth. Yeah. You can go outside at night, sunset. It feels. You know, like that's the best time of year.
And we're going golfing on Saturday, so I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be Saturday already.
We got the annual Roy Invitational coming up this weekend, which I missed last year, and I know Julio.
I got played last year.
But this year we got some interesting matchups, so we will be recapping that next week. So stay tuned for that. But for this week, there has been a lot of storylines going across, specifically MLS.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the heels of El Trafico last weekend. 2-2 draw, another exciting match. Let's start here because we love talking El Trafico. We love talking this rivalry. Neither of us were at the game. We had some stuff going on this weekend, but what were your thoughts of the game itself and the aftermath and the stuff going into it and
So what I like about El Trafico is, like, I think it's about 20-something games that have been played already.
It's even.
Yeah, it's even. No, I think
Galaxy might have one win.
But every time the storyline is not a no-name player. A star is a star. That thing's like whoever has a name. When it comes to Vela, Zlatan, the first one.
Yeah.
Royce scoring two goals. Who scored for the LAFC?
For LAFC was Boanga and Ordaz.
Yeah. Nathan is an upcoming star. Boanga is our star.
Chicho had that game winner in the playoffs.
Chicho had that game winner. Brian Rodriguez had that
banger.
So like everybody that the team pipes up before the season and becomes called them the star, they show up. And the Bundesliga 2-time player of the year came and said, "No, you're not getting 3 points on my house."
Yeah.
They're missing the Ricky, but it shows because Ricky had a great game that July 4th game. So
right. Yeah, Ricky always steps up in El Trafico matches too. So
it's beautiful. I enjoyed it. Like even from the warfare techniques that they had prior to the game.
Sure, let's talk about that because going into the game, Marky Delgado obviously won a MLS Cup with Galaxy last year. Was a big part of their midfield. Was one of several players that Galaxy had to get rid of in the offseason, and really contributing to their struggles this year. But ahead of the game, they wanted to present him with the ring, and apparently he was told that it was going to be a private thing where he would just kind of go accept the ring, take some photos for himself, for maybe his family, for the team, just kind of go back and he obviously recognizes the importance of this rivalry, and he didn't want it to kind of be a big deal, and the team ostensibly told him that's what was the case. At least that's what has been put out there on the rumor mill on social media, only for the team to kind of make a post about it. Was it the day before the game or 2 days before the game?
It might have been the day of the game.
Yeah, and obviously LAFC fans took a little bit of umbrage to that when they see their player going to their rival, taking pictures, acting friendly, showing off the ring, doing all that stuff. And Marky Delgado didn't really appreciate that.
I love it. I like, even though I'm an LAFC fan, like Galaxy tactics, I love it because like anything is fair in love and war. So hey, if you can get one up and like give him the high, he's one of ours.
Yeah, Marky
is one of LA's like only player played for Chivas USA, LA Galaxy, and LAFC. So he is LA based. But if I have an inch of like upper hand on anything I can do to the other team, I'm gonna do it. So I agree with the Galaxy 100%. It sucks because Marky, one of the guys that their fan base really loved.
Yeah.
One of the guys that our fan base really likes as well. Was kind of in the middle of it, but like He should have known better.
To me, man, I don't know. I get what you're saying, right? It's a warfare. This is a battle between two pretty heated rivals, and you do want to get that one up, that kind of gotcha moment on the other team. But when it's at the expense of a player, especially someone like Marky Delgado, who is from Southern California, grew up playing. I think he grew up in the Chelsea LAFC academy, like you said, Chivas, LA Galaxy, LAFC, that trio. For him to kind of be used as a pawn in this game that Galaxy is trying to play, to me is a little,
because he's not one of those players. He's not like a Raheem Edwards, but it's outspoken, talking trash. He's bro. He is with class. He's class.
Yeah.
If class needed a person, it'll be Marky. Like, he comes in, plays a hell of a game every single time. Yeah. Leaves his body on the line. He will stop a play, hit a player if he has to, but it's never done with like malicious intent. It's all done with class.
Yeah.
So it sucks to have to be him, but it's casualties of war.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seemed like kind of like a below the belt move by the Galaxy.
They definitely did a elbow in there. The elbow.
Sure, and this is someone that seemed like he really enjoyed his time with the Galaxy. Didn't leave willingly. Like, he was traded to LAFC.
Yeah, he loves Greg too, because he played with him in Toronto.
Yeah,
won a championship with him in Toronto, and now he won the championship with him in LA Galaxy.
And so now that this is going to sour his taste with the team and probably ruin the relationship that he had with the team, at least from the ownership and the management perspective. Because there is a little bit of like a respect thing when it comes, especially in soccer, when it comes to your former teams, right? Especially if it's like the team, your hometown team, or the team you grew up in the academy for. Like, a lot of guys won't celebrate a goal against their former team. They'll try to, you'll see them score a goal, and they'll do like that kind of like relax, settle down celebration.
Because we've done it to McCarthy the year after he signed with the Galaxy.
Sure.
Because we had his ring.
Yeah.
They waited, and Taylor Twelveman, working with Apple TV, I take his commentary with a grain of salt, but he was like, you had a whole summer to go pick up your ring. Why you gotta go pick it up today?
No, so they do it as like a ceremony.
Yeah, I see when the Lakers, like, whenever
any time that they come to town, that's when they do the ring ceremony. So that's why they did it. In this case, like, like I said, man, it's a move. I don't know if it's the right move, especially with a player like Delgado, who now, like, I don't know if he's gonna come back for a 10-year reunion for that team. You know what I mean? Like, or I don't know, like, because there is a fraternity, and we've seen guys like Brian Jordan.
I've seen Sean Franklin at the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there is that Galaxy fraternity that
they're tight. They're cool.
Very much so. Yeah. And now a guy like Marky Delgado, like, you made this move knowing you're going to alienate him. If what has been said is actually what went down, unless it could have been a miscommunication, it could have been gotten in the hands of someone in the communications department, didn't know what Marky's request was, and they said, this is a really good content opportunity, because it really is. If they explicitly went against his wishes, then it's a dirty move. But if it was a misunderstanding, which very much it could be, then I kind of get it.
I seen the NBA, like, especially like players that fan favorites, when they usually give them the ring prior to the game. Yeah, like, literally the game would start. Right. They head in the ring, and then you
do the whole ceremony.
Yeah. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I know he wanted to be private, but Galaxy has an opportunity. Yeah. And they took it.
Yeah,
and I'm not mad at them for it either.
Right, and they're a team right now that needs every single thing that they can get, because right now, 14 games through the season, 0 wins as of today's recording. They're going to be playing this weekend, so that might change. But going into this game and exiting this game, still 0 wins, unprecedented especially for a reigning MLS champion. It has been a rough season. It was 7-0 loss to
7-1.
Red Bulls. No, 7-1. You're right. Yeah, 7-1.
Don't take that goal from
them. Yeah, you're right. Very end. It was okay. You know,
Felt like a 7-0.
They lost to Kansas City without
Salvadorian Heritage Night too.
Yeah, tough one. And then you know, a 1-0 loss to Kansas City with no shots on goals allowed, 0 xG. So it really has been that type of season for the Galaxy.
They were up. Who were they up 2-0?
They were up late, and then they blew the game
3-2.
Yeah. So just a lot of really, really tough losses, tough injuries. Ricky Puig obviously going down with the injury. Painsel's been hurt. Peck has been hurt. Marco Royce has been dealing with knee issues. So really just like a lot of things that can go wrong have gone wrong for the Galaxy this year. And it really just has been a tough.
Peck, man, I love his game.
Yeah.
I love his game. Peck was destroying Hollingshead down that line.
Yeah, had that offsides goal. Got called back.
And then the first goal for Royce was on the sideline taking everybody on and shooting a shot. And then Royce was able to get in. So I see what is going on paper, but that team's like, it's like seeing is that team that it shouldn't be there at all. LA Galaxy has a great team. They just had so much bad luck, and then Ricky is a big part.
Yeah.
Once you have a player that can really like calm you down, he can control the tempo of the team, he's gonna be missed.
Yeah.
But on the other side, Boanga, 7 games, 7 goals. When he was started off desert dry,
right
now he's showing why he's Boanga, why he's getting paid, why he wanted that contract, that bigger contract.
Yeah, and both teams kind of having frustrating seasons. Obviously, LAFC not as frustrating as the Galaxy, but still, they're very frustrated with that game. You know, having a late lead, blowing that, especially in a rivalry match. For the Galaxy, maybe that could be a turning point for them. Like, there is still plenty of time left in the MLS season. One thing, whether you love it or hate it about MLS is good chance of making the playoffs. Over half the teams are going to make the playoffs, and there's they are running kind of short on time. It's not really that early in the season anymore. We're nearing the halfway point of the year, but they're one run away from kind of turning things around. And in the Western Conference, like it's always a logjam, so it's not necessarily over, but their time is running out. And this could be, a late goal from the guy that you got to win games like this, who kind of has had an up and down tenure so far. Maybe can turn things around. They're starting to get players back. Peck was frustrated throughout that game, but there were some moments of brilliance from him. Yes. So maybe he can start to turn things around. Like, there's still a long way, and like you said, Will Kuntz, one of the best executives across MLS.
William, I trust.
Went on the Cooligans podcast recently, kind of talking about the struggles. And I thought he was pretty candid about going through the pressures of being a GM and the expectations of coming back after an MLS Cup and the bonuses that kind of. I think he said there were $2 million above the salary cap going into the year, so they had to make these maneuvers. And being an MLS GM is another challenge in itself because of the convoluted rules of GAM, TAM, discovery rights, all these kind of things that they have to do to circumvent the low salary cap. And we all want the teams to spend money, and MLS has this single entity structure where they want everybody to have an equal chance, equal footing, but we do need these super teams. Every single league across the world, sports league period, has super teams, whether it's basketball, whether it's European football, whether it's the NFL. Like, they have these dynasties, and that's what makes people watch games. Like, you want to watch MLS. Like, you want to watch these super teams. Like, you can't just sell it on Messi playing on a bad Miami side. And the Galaxy, historically, one of the premier franchises, has 0 wins through 14 games. Like, that's an issue. And like, Manchester United's gone through up and downs. They had a tough year. But so there still is the ups and downs of it all, even though you can spend exorbitant amounts of money like Manchester United has. But still, you want the teams to be able to spend money at their own discretion. And from an ownership perspective, I get it. Like, you want to be tight with your pockets. This is their money that they're spending, so they need to figure out a way to raise the salary cap with the owners, because the owners are going to make the decision at the end of the day. So they need to find a way to do it in a way that works for them. And I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, if the team has it, let them go for it.
Yeah,
I know they're a little scared because of the old league with Pelé didn't work out.
NSL.
Yeah.
You're 30 years in, man.
Exactly.
You're 30 years in. We're not fighting for survival anymore.
Exactly.
We are thriving. This is a time where we're looking for growth. The World Cup is coming next year. There's huge opportunities to grow the league, and I think they're hamstringing themselves by just trying to play it safe.
Yeah, the TV rights. Even using different brands for uniforms. Like, there's so much that this league can do to make more money, but that one ownership group owning everything is just makes it so hard because they want their give back, but they will get more if they just let everybody run it like a single entity team.
Yeah, and risk comes reward, and right now I think that they're pretty complacent with the way things are, because I mean, from a neutral perspective, like they do the team valuations every year, and MLS has.
They have like 8 in the top 16.
Yeah, they're competing like
top 25 or something.
LAFC and LA Galaxy, $1 billion franchises. Like, on a metrics perspective, the league is doing pretty well. But if you actually like on an impact scale, it's still very, very fragmented and very, very regional and very, very niche. And I think if they want to continue doing that,
we'll become Liga MX. Liga MX is like really, really important in Mexico and in the U.S. a little bit still.
Right.
But they don't go to Europe for the simple reason that they're complacent with how their structure is, because every team makes money, but they could be more on the global level because they have the infrastructure. They have the pockets to get all these players. Of course, they just got a Ramos, they got a Canales, Guignac. They get great players. They get great players, but. They made improvements because I guess you have to have you can only have three players that are not Mexican, and they changed that rule. Now the league has gotten better.
Yeah.
U.S. we see how good they become with the rule changes, but we have not taken a look at it and be like, hey, we can do that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have more money.
Yeah.
Like just because of the countries, like how it's thriving. So like some of these ownerships that we have, like really important owners with deep pockets, and we could do way more if we just got it together.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, we want to support MLS, and, I think that from, a fan perspective, that they put together a pretty good product. There's obviously things that can be better, but right now is a very crucial point in time for the league because you have the World Cup, but then you have USL coming with Pro Rel. That might shake things up if they execute it properly. All of a sudden you have somebody coming back over your shoulder, like what's going to happen now? Right now they're the only dog in the fight and they're fine. There's no conflict. There's no, competition. So we'll see how things shake up in the next couple of years. But speaking of things shaking up, there is the Club World Cup coming up this summer. LAFC getting a kind of last-minute bid in to make a late qualification. Couple of weeks, they're playing Club America, coming to BMO. Big match, I think. I'm very excited for this. What are your thoughts on LAFC or even America potentially getting a chance to play against some of the best teams in the world?
Yeah, Tricampeón America is looking scary. I was trying to look more at their game shows because I was like, let's see what LAFC had. Man, they have some dynamic wings, center forward that cannot stop scoring.
Yeah.
And LAFC, we've gotten it together in the last. I say we like I'm playing, but LAFC has gotten.
No, say we. Say with your chest.
LAFC has gotten it together in the last. Was it 8 games? They were on a 7-game winning streak until this game when they tied. The game prior to the Galaxy game, that Diaz, Unger, and what's his name, Martinez and Nathan Ordaz, they came in and they were just.
Shout out Nathan Ordaz, man. He's been balling this year, all year long. Really.
After the Urban Pitch boost,
yeah,
honestly.
I mean, it doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie.
No, numbers don't lie.
Before he came on the podcast versus after he came on the podcast, look at those numbers. I don't know. You tell me. Is that a coincidence?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe not.
We do have young talent that is doing good.
Yeah.
That center mid, Marky is a freaking. Thank you, Galaxy. Thank you. So I like the teams. But I feel like Boanga's going to have to step it up. We are going to need a little bit more dynamic from the other side. Boanga does his thing every single time. Yeah. I want Martinez to play. I feel like when Martinez, he's 19 years old. He's having up and down.
Kid,
yeah, but when he wants to play, he's probably like the best player in the field.
Yeah.
But then there's games like the Trafico game.
It's part of being young.
In the Trafico game, it's like, are you playing?
Right.
Like don't hide. Ask for that ball. Do your little magic. So I think the X factor for that game will be Martinez. How he comes in and like.
How about defensively? Do you think defensive? Because I mean, Club America, they have a lot of offensive weapons. as well.
Sergi Palencia and Hollingshead got exposed, and then they have like Brian Rodriguez type players in America where they're fast, something like Peck. So I think that might be scary because Sergi Palencia is fast. He's been holding his own all season. Hollingshead, I think it looks like he has trouble with not even Hollingshead. It's Hollingshead, Segura. What's the other guy's name? What's his name? Marlon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Marlon.
Marlon. So when they have quick, dynamic wings, we struggle backtracking and defending them. So it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
But I think the defense is gonna be a really important part if we can stop those wings, and then on our front side if Boanga can do Boanga-esque things.
Yeah, I think. One game to get into this tournament is an exciting proposition, especially because it came. It's not like a thing that was planned. I think a lot of times that they try to recreate these kind of one games high stakes.
This is all in.
But this is like the best moment, and if you're Leon, you're kicking rock like you're upset.
Mexico got warned so many times about one entity. We wanting multiple teams.
Yeah.
So. It sucks for them, but like you've been warned not once, twice, thrice.
Thrice. But the fact that this came up and it wasn't like, and these two teams are going to qualify via one game playoff. No, this wasn't planned. This was kind of like a
FIFA on the wing
throw. Exactly. You're just kind of throwing it out there, and that adds to the excitement.
Not even that. Like whoever wins this game gets a bonus of $10 million.
Right.
So come on,
huge deal. I think. The Club World Cup, we've been kind of going back and forth over, is this necessary? Are we actually looking forward to it? I am, as a soccer fan, I really hope that this first iteration of the expanded tournament really they need to execute it, because if this is a disaster, then you can't start something new in soccer and have as traditional as soccer is. The fans are already a little bit iffy on this. If they don't hit the mark all the way, now I'm not talking about a 3-star performance. This needs to be a 5-star tournament if they want it to kind of grow and become like a tradition.
Yeah, but the folk tales, the stories that will come if a little team can beat a big team.
Sure.
Like Boca Juniors still talks about 2001 when they beat Real Madrid in the 4-team Club World Cup. So imagine the little stories if some small team beats a Real Madrid or
Palmeiras, if Palmeiras, not a small team, but Palmeiras can make a deep run there. I think that's a dark horse team.
So
they make a deep run into this tournament. I think for the South American teams, the Asian teams, the Middle Eastern teams,
Boca Junior makes it far again. Their fans will go crazy. So I like it for that because it just adds to the barbershop talk. It adds to you probably had the $1 million players, but us with a $20,000 team.
Sure.
Beat you 3-1. So
and the $1 billion prize money is going to be enough to motivate the big teams too.
Yeah, so and then a lot of players from different smaller countries like Central America, they have a good game against a big team. It will open the eyes for teams to come and
for the players.
Yeah. Because if you're Brazilian, you're basically sold. They want you. So it'll give an eye to other players like Mexican players, MLS players, to go to Europe and have an amazing career.
Yeah. And the premise of LAFC being a part of that tournament.
We are a selling team.
Yeah, and I think that's is extremely exciting for. I mean, Seattle and Inter Miami are both going to be in it.
Seattle's in. Inter Miami got invited.
Sure. Right. Okay. They qualified. Technically, they qualified. It wasn't an invite type thing.
Messi qualified.
Sure. Of course. They found a way to get their guy, and they won the Supporters Shield, whatever. But I think for all three of those teams specifically, it is a good test for them to not only prove the legitimacy of MLS, but to be kind of exposed to what kind of talent and what kind of a level is out there. For a player like Benjamin Kraske on Inter Miami, or some of the young guys on Seattle, or even like a Nathan Rodaz, like. Those are the heights that they should be reaching to, aspiring to, and to be playing in these big stadiums like the Rose Bowls is going to be the host venue here. Like 70,000, 80,000 fans hopefully come out and they get to play on that stage. Like that's a huge opportunity for them, and I'm excited to see how they capitalize on that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready.
Yeah.
We are 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up, man.
3-4 weeks away. Yeah, we're about a month away.
Less than a month.
Yeah, so I'm ready. Yeah. It's what we've been talking about for the last 2 years on this pod. Yeah. So it's coming fast. So next thing you know, this tournament's gonna be long gone, and everybody's gonna be on World Cup talk.
We're nearing the 1 year mark for the World Cup too. So it's exciting times here.
Definitely.
Exciting times. Another big game coming up, UCL final, Inter Milan PSG. We need to talk about the last time it was just you and I. We made our picks for the semis.
I was right.
Yeah, you were right. Couldn't be further off from the truth. I know I made my picks to kind of go against yours, and that's what you get when you go against Julio.
Yeah, I'm right half of the time.
Yeah, they say Maui don't know ball. But
that's funny. Maui don't know ball.
But he does. Obviously, he does. You picked.
Hey, all I gotta say is you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're looking at a demigod right now.
You're welcome. But Inter Milan, PSG, I think both teams really, really in form. A lot of talent. What's your pick?
I want PSG to win.
I want PSG to win so bad.
But Inter Milan, like their forwards, the Thuram's, Denzel on top, fast, dynamic, strong. Yeah. How can you stop those guys? I'm gonna go PSG. Asterisk, because I think Inter Milan's gonna win. But
you're rooting for PSG.
I'm rooting for PSG.
So why don't you hedge your bet and say you hope PSG wins, but you're going to pick Inter Milan. So either way, you're right.
No. If I had $100 right now, I'll go with my heart and I'll go with PSG because I like that. I like teams that haven't won the Champions League to create their own history, and that's a team that has had a Ramos, Messi, Mbappe. Mbappe left because he said he wanted to get titles. Now Mbappe leaves, and you're like, hey, look at me now. Like, it's like that ex that just glue up. Like, damn.
Yeah. Grass ain't always greener. Yeah. Grass ain't always greener. Yeah.
Them squats is working, girl. Like, so
That's crazy.
it's like, so PSG's blown up, and I want them to win just for that. I want them to make their own history. I want them to have that number one.
And you talk about dynamic wingers like Inter for sure has
Denzel
with
for sure.
Dumfries and Thuram going up on the wings, but I mean PSG. You talk about dynamics.
Dembele's playing like Messi.
Yeah, they have Dembele, Barcola, Doué, and Kvaratskhelia. Like those are four of the most dynamic players in the game right now, and I think Desiree Doué and Barcola being kind of homegrown guys, like and them going away from bringing in guys like Messi or Neymar, and focusing on the young talent in France because you talk about like talent epicenters. Paris is right there. Like some of the greatest footballers in the world are coming through Paris. Like and Mbappe was one of them, but. For them to focus on that and to build this kind of super exciting team to watch, like they're so much fun to watch, man. Like the
new coach Enriquez, like he came in with his own style, and he said we're gonna trust the process.
Yeah, and I mean, to me that as entertaining as that Barcelona Inter game was, that might be taken away from. There's always that classic final. The semifinal was really the final, and then that they're drained. They're fighting for a Serie A title with Napoli. They have a lot of things on their plate. Whereas PSG, they've wrapped up the Ligue a while ago.
Games ago,
they've been cruising. This has pretty much been the biggest tournament for them. So I think they have a little bit less on their plate. They're young. They're hungry. I don't know, man. Like I love how Inter plays, especially how they defend too. That the way that they. I mean, I guess they didn't really defend against Barcelona, but still, like they have a very strong defensive side as well. But I don't know, man. I really want. I love PSG. I love the way they play. They took it to my Arsenal. That was kind of crazy to say. But I think I'm going for PSG, and I'm gonna echo your statement. I'm not gonna go against you this time. PSG gonna take it.
You both might be wrong, but it'll be great. Like, even though I don't think they're the underdogs, I feel like they're the underdogs because at least Inter has won some championships. Yeah. I mean, some champions.
Sure.
And they have not. So
yeah, and they look good, man. The jersey, those Jordan jerseys are crazy with the wings going down the sleeves.
You gotta go with PSG for the culture.
For the culture. I mean, come on, man. Have you seen the pregame knit sweaters that they wear? Dude, I was like, yo, I need to get me one of those. Have you seen how much they are?
$250.
No, bro. I'm talking like a rack.
Oh, heck no.
Like 4 figures. I'm like maybe $800 to $1,000, or maybe it's like 800 euros. But when you convert
please
it,
in Norway, we'll review them,
bro. And it's not like it's like Jordan. It's a Jordan branded thing. It's like, man, how can you? Where do you get off like charging for that? And I mean, it looks that expensive. It does look that expensive. But I mean, come on, man. Like I saw. I think it was Barcola wearing it like off the plane, and I was like, bro, I need to get me one. I need that. And then, bro, like no chance. I'm
we got fake flowers. We can't afford that.
No, that's a real plan. That's a real plan. Yeah, that's a real plan. Okay, Julio. Let's. Anything else that you want to get to before?
I feel like we forgot to talk about the world. Something important about the Club World Cup. The 3-month signings that FIFA has approved.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a lot of people have not talked about it and just skipped over it. The amount of great players that can come. Di Maria is a free agent. Cristiano becomes a free agent. Like, big names can come to these teams that want to play World Cups, Club World Cup. So even players that are signed can sign for those 3 months. So if you see Pulisic or somebody like that coming to just play one of our MLS teams.
Is that how it works, or are they just adding an extra transfer window?
No, it's just for that. For those 3 months, so you can like it's small. It's called a small loan. It's just a small loan. So
right.
But you can get up to I guess 7 players.
Yeah,
and that's not only for MLS teams. It's for like the whole team.
Sure.
So you can even bring players to try out. Like,
and I like that because it allows teams to kind of add to their roster, and because you see these kind of like congested schedules and injuries and things like that. Like you mentioned Pulisic. Like, Pulisic's not going to the Gold Cup because of how many minutes he played for AC Milan. So, like, you get to kind of rotate players and build kind of deeper rosters, and I think that is an interesting kind of addition that
I'm hyped just thinking about it. Like, Cristiano playing for. There's been an LAFC rumor and Cristiano, which it will suck for
LAFC. Got to win first. Yeah, they got to win first though,
because LA Galaxy's been talking about that's been their player, their Herbalife player, like for years now.
Right. Yeah. Maybe even is Neymar hurt again?
He's hurt every other week.
Yeah.
But it's not even them. Like, more young talent. I'm like, think about more young talent.
Sure.
That would be great. So imagine if a team, some team in the MLS that did not qualify, you can bring their players on with us.
Yeah. And I like that. To kind of spice things up and get people interested in this tournament, and any way that you can kind of market it, I think is good. And there are people with the Club World Cup that are doing good, like really good stuff. Like, we were at a FIFA event a couple of weeks ago, and just talking to them and seeing like the passion that they have for the game. And it's not like you think about FIFA and you think about like, it's just like these money hungry, like nameless, faceless executives, and maybe that's the case. Like, if you go further up the chain, but the people that we were talking to, the people that, like in the marketing departments, they love the sport. People from Mexico City that were very passionate about, talking about Mexico City being a host city for the World Cup in 2026, or, specifically for the Club World Cup. The people that are working tireless hours, going to all these host cities and doing like these events and watch parties. So
I need to apply.
Yeah. So you do have passionate people working to promote these events, and I think that's a good thing. And I'm excited to see the outcome for it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool. You want to wrap things up?
Nah, I want to wrap there because I was so hyped about just thinking about that. Like, the names, not even the names, the talent that are able to come to even younger talents from I believe did not believe qualified, but whatever, that doesn't even matter. Just the names that can come in, it's amazing.
Yeah. Let's. Summer's coming. Big summer, both on the men's and women's side. So we're excited for that.
Still looking for Bay.
Yeah. So, Julio's looking for his fling. He's looking for a summer fling.
Summer fling.
It's not cuffing season quite yet.
Hey, the contract might increase in August.
Increased transfer window there. Okay. Players on loan might stay. What do they say? Loan with an option to buy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there it is. But this has been another episode of the Emergency Podcast, The Beautiful Game of Life, part of the Believe Network. For Julio Monterosa, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.